morning. And just as you said we're live, the garbage truck is heading up the street. So there you go. Reality. All right.
You know what? That just sums up the couple of days we're having.
Good morning and welcome to the Pete Braley Show. I'm Pete Braley. This is my son, Matt, co-host, executive producer, and...
that is me.
Well, we weren't sure if we were going to be here for the next 5 to 7 business days.
Yeah, I guess emergency management specialist will also have to go.
There you go.
In my title.
All right. We'll add that to it.
Yeah. For those of you loyal followers, this isn't my normal laptop that's sitting in front of me.
No, it's not.
Yes. Not happy about it.
You're having a hard time, too, because it's smaller, right?
It's a lot smaller.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Hopefully we blew our noses and got all the blemishes off our faces because we could have some boogers that I just can't see.
Oh.
Yeah.
So,
you guys let us know.
What was it, Friday night?
Yeah, Friday night. We had a great show Friday morning, which the show takes a lot on the computer, but it's not that much. It's a good computer.
And you have it's a big computer. Yeah.
So the show takes a little bit. I worked on music that day. Music takes a little bit out of the computer, but all those were fine. It's totally fine. I went and I was watching some Netflix, and the entire thing just shut off. And I was like, that's weird. Let me turn it back on. Nothing. So pulled out my phone, tried all the hacks that they said, shift, command, whatever. None of it worked. It would not make a sound, wouldn't light up at all. Completely dead.
He was not a happy camper on Friday night.
No.
Wondering.
I have gotten better. I feel like I used to get really mad in those situations. Now I just get really depressed. I don't know if that's better, but I feel like it's a better way of handling it.
Yeah. You're showing movement. You're showing maturity, maybe. So.
Maybe.
So we were
one area of my life.
We were worried. Not so much about the show because, I mean, we could probably just go on from an iPhone if we had to. Right?
I was literally thinking about just going live on Facebook with us sitting at, like, the dining room table.
We could have done it.
And worst comes to worst, we could do that.
Yep.
You guys will get the show somehow. You'll get this useless information somehow.
The problem is all of your music, right?
Yeah. Not all of my music. The important ones.
The ones you're working on.
Yeah. Are the project files were saved on my computer and not yet saved on a hard drive. So,
have you learned a lesson about saving on a hard drive right away?
Yeah. I mean, they did say to me, they were like, it depends on the issue. You may lose everything, you may not. I was like, oh, okay.
That's a cheery thought.
They were like, we could send it off to like some data recovery people, but 2 things. 1, it might not work. And 2, it's going to take a long time and you only have 44 days left in your warranty. And I was like, well, I like my songs. I think they're pretty good, but I don't think they're worth a couple $100 just yet. So
yeah, wasn't it like $600 or something like that?
They didn't tell me a price, but they said it was going to be expensive if it goes past the warranty. Yeah. Right now, everything's covered, so we'll see.
So Charlie's coming over. He was
I forgot to put his blanket down today.
He was having fun with the pillow, and we decided to let it go.
As long as he's not destroying the pillow.
Yeah.
He can have the pillow. He's playing with cords now. That's not good.
He just almost tripped with the camera cord. So, just our luck, that's going to go today, But
yeah, the last thing I'll say is we're streaming on a laptop that's not meant to be streaming. So we'll see what happens. Right now, I think I've set it up in a decent place where it's going to do okay. So.
All right. Well, good morning, everyone. And join us in the chats. Let us know who's out there today, how your weekend was, if anything special happened this weekend. I did want to say right off the top our thanks to Donna, who commented on our Facebook page. You guys are doing a great job. I look forward to watching because you always make me laugh. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then she threw in a couple of emojis of hearts and the what is it? The peace sign? Does it have another meaning in the emoji world?
Is it 2 fingers up?
Yes, it's 2 fingers.
Then that would be the peace sign. Good job, Pete.
Thank you, Matt.
Proud of you.
It's nice to see that hasn't changed. And I made it. Unplugged from Friday afternoon until Sunday afternoon.
Yep.
I wrote my Sunday column actually last night, and it's running today. So it's a Sunday column on Monday, and I just posted it before the show about my adventures, how things went this weekend. I think I did okay. I didn't get grumpy, which is one thing I was happy about. I kind of thought maybe Saturday afternoon I might be walking around the house going, well, I can't do what I want to do.
No, you weren't that bad.
I wasn't that bad.
Well, once we got past all the... I mean, he cheated. First off, he talked to he FaceTimed with Liam once, and he talked to Trish on the phone.
She was out of town, so when she called, I thought I should answer it to make sure everyone's okay.
I said the rule on Friday. I said if she calls twice, it's important. If it's just once, it's not that important.
You think your mother remembers that rule?
Probably not.
Probably not.
But if it's important, she would call you again.
And then, I was the only one in the house. I guess it was Saturday afternoon. I was the only one in the house Saturday afternoon, and my FaceTime went off. And it was Sarah, and I answered it, and I said, I'm probably not supposed to be talking to you. And she said, ignoring your grandson would be a crime.
Yeah, she's playing the guilt card.
So,
but, also, everyone comes at me because, that night they told me that. And I was like, are you serious? And everyone was like, Matt, how dare, he needs to FaceTime with And I'm like, I'm not the one that wanted him to do this. This was his own idea. I'm just trying to referee the situation.
You were getting upset by everybody was coming to you for rules?
Well, because, I don't know. I feel like the whole thing about being unplugged is to see if you can actually last without your phone. So if that's what we were testing here, the answer is no.
Well, I did, except for those two things.
So the answer is no. Sarah's here. She said because he's so cute. He is so cute. But we were trying to prove a point, and you helped him lose. That's all I'm saying.
Is Charlie on camera?
He is. Just his head. Let me see if he's on. Yep. Charlie's lost a couple teeth. He looks like a little toddler with a gap in his bottom teeth. It's
but he's still got plenty of other teeth there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but I got my share of...
you can't really see it on the camera.
I've got my share of little puppy teeth marks.
Yep. The last thing I do want to say about my laptop is shout out to Kat and Trish because I was working all weekend. So they were actually the ones that made the trips to...
Made two trips.
They made a trip to Mansfield. They made a trip to Dedham because those were the only places you could get an appointment.
Yes.
So shout out to them.
So,
but,
and his laptop, we'll find out. They said 5 to 7 business days, which would be what, Friday or next Tuesday?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're rooting for Friday.
Yeah,
we'll see. Gary says, Matt, your chances are probably about 40% from a former Apple employee.
Oh.
I'll take those odds.
Okay.
I'll take those odds.
40% of getting your music back?
Yeah, I really think it's just the battery because I have a friend that works. I mean, he doesn't work primarily on Apple laptops, but if it doesn't turn on at all, that's normally the battery, I guess.
Okay.
If it was the hard drive or if it was something else, it probably would
turn
make
on,
some noise or the screen would flash or something, but
Right.
this would there was nothing, absolutely nothing. So I'm thinking it's the battery, and I'm hoping that doesn't affect the hard drive, but who knows? Yeah. I like to use computers. I don't like to fix them.
Right.
Yeah.
Getting back to the Unplugged weekend, some Unplugged thoughts here. I did fall way behind in the family Snapchats.
Yeah.
As we have a family Snapchat that's going just about every day.
Oh, yeah.
Because we got kids down there, we're up here. And this was a big weekend, too, because my son-in-law and daughter-in-law came home on the USS Eisenhower. And so that, there were family chit-chats going on, Snapchats about that. So I did catch up Sunday afternoon. Those times when you sit down for just 5 or 10 minutes? I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, it was. When I was getting ready for work one day, I watched you sit there with your coffee, and it was pretty awkward.
Saturday morning, he's getting ready for work, and I was just sitting there having my coffee, and normally I would go on Facebook or TikTok, but there it was, my coffee staring out the window, just.
Yeah, he never got a newspaper.
Okay. No, I didn't.
That's kind of what I expected you to do on Saturday morning.
I did read a lot. I did. I had picked up a book by Don Winslow from the library, and I don't know how many chapters I read, but I finished the book last night. And it was a good sized book. So I did a lot of reading.
You had a campfire?
We had a campfire. Yeah, we did that on Saturday. So I sat outside.
Yeah, I kind of thought the campfire was going to be going on when I got home. It was not. I got home from work at 9. I thought you guys were still going to be out there. You guys were inside. I was like, all right, that's not cool, but whatever.
That was your sister Kat's idea. And I don't know why. I don't know why we moved inside.
I don't know.
I don't know if it was buggy or what, but we moved inside around 7:30, 7:45. Yeah.
By the way, Charlie's into nibbling on the couch in here, which Trish is going to kill him if he does that.
So is that why?
That's why I whistled. If you guys hear random, I turned my mic off, but you can still kind of hear it in Pete's mic.
He's into that
Yeah. Right now he's
stage.
chewing toys, so this is good. Maybe we
Yeah.
can keep this energy going.
I did sleep fantastic Friday night.
Yeah.
I woke up Saturday, and it was noticeably different from my usual night's sleep. So I'm wondering if it was the fact that I had gone like 7 hours with no screen.
Yeah.
Because I turned my phone off and everything at 3 in the afternoon, and then I went to bed about 10:30, and I slept great.
Well, they do say that you're supposed to avoid phones for, I think it's 2 hours before bedtime, which I don't know. Like, how do you do that? I don't know how you can fit that in your life, but anywho, they say that's good. So
it was like I said, I felt good coming out of this weekend, and I would encourage others to try it. Give yourself a little cleanse here, and I did find like my brain slow down maybe a little bit, because you're not always checking sources.
Would you consider doing it again, making this a regular thing?
Not every weekend.
No, not every weekend, but like once a month or maybe every 6 months. Do a little reset.
Yeah, I do it like every 6 months. Yeah.
But do you feel like you got a reset? Like, does it feel like you did it for the purpose of what it's made for, or did you just do it for the show? Like the whole time, were you thinking like, this is for the show? Or were you like, this is for myself?
Leading up to it, I felt this is for the show. Okay, but now after I've done it, I feel like that was pretty good. That was pretty nice to just read. It was also nice to be, how do I want to say this? It was nice to be in every conversation.
In the moment.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I did notice other people on their phone a lot.
I think we all know who he's talking about.
Mom and I had lunch.
Yeah, he's trying to throw Trish under the bus here.
I'm just saying that I would be having lunch with Mom, and of course I don't have this with me, so I'm not looking at. But she's looking at her email she's getting a lot of email from work and all that. So she was reading hers, and I was like, "Hello," and she's like, "I just need to read this."
I 100% believe that I'm the best in this family at like proper technology etiquette. Like if I'm on my phone and somebody else is in the room and they're trying to talk to me, hey, don't eat the plant. Charlie. Hey, buddy.
Charlie is eating a plant. It's green. I don't know what it is.
I'm sorry. I don't know if that's bad for him, so we had to make sure we put that to a stop. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah,
you were saying about
I feel like if somebody else is in the room and I'm on my phone, I put the phone down typically.
Okay.
Like if someone's having a conversation with me, the phone goes down. I feel like I'm the best one in the family at this. I would say the worst. I'm going to throw everyone under the bus right now. Dad's the worst. Trish is second worst. Sarah's third, because Sarah's pretty bad sometimes. I know Sarah's in the chat now, so she's probably going to yell at me.
Wow.
So Sarah's pretty bad. I don't know about Kat and Doug. I would say they're probably tied, and then it's me, the best, because
you're the best.
I'm the best.
Why am I the worst? What do I do?
I base it off of like when I need something from you, and I'm like, Dad, Pete, Dad, and you're like, you don't hear me because you're so into what you're doing.
That did happen last night while I was finishing my blog.
Yeah.
And I remember saying to you, I just want to finish this line. So
yeah, Mom always wants to make the meal schedule for the week.
Yeah.
On Sunday nights.
Right.
And she was sitting down, she was ready to go.
Yep.
And Dad was not paying attention.
I'm sorry. So that's where I don't pay attention.
That's what I base it off of, yeah.
When you speak to me or come into the room, I don't pay attention.
Trish is bad too. Same thing. Like she'll be just typing away and you'll have to like call her like 5 times.
I did say in my blog, which you can read at petebraley.com. I did say in my blog that if I do I don't mean to be rude by maybe missing parts of the conversation. And if I do, I apologize. I'll try to get better. But I did notice yesterday and especially Saturday, I did notice other people who have their phone out and you're trying to have lunch, you're trying to talk, whatever, and it should be put away. So
you are saying other people, but you literally were around like 3 people this weekend.
I don't like to throw people under the bus.
I think we already have at this point.
That's what this show does?
Yeah, I do need to catch up on some chats.
Yeah,
here.
Good morning. Let's find out who's out there.
Andrea says, Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Did you guys like my Facebook post? That was me this morning on the Pete Braley Facebook. You didn't see it. I put, it's Monday, got to get down on Monday. Wait, that's not right. I thought that was funny.
I like that.
Could be a bad joke. I don't know.
What was the name of
You
that
can
girl?
never tell on
What was the
Facebook.
name of the girl that did
Rebecca
this?
Black.
Thank you.
Yep. Let's see here. Dana says, morning, gents. Happy Monday. Vertical Coffee back in the saddle on the Boo Boo Bus. Shift Commandos here somewhere. She's
back
running around somewhere. He's
Yes.
back from fish camp. He said it was awesome.
Awesome with no phones. Right?
Yeah, he said totally reset from being in Maine for the week. Good job, Pete.
There you go.
And to think he did it for a week. You did it for a weekend.
Man, I don't know. I don't know if I could do a week. I really don't.
Yeah. Let's see. Sarah said, when did the campfire start? Brunch? Basically. You
know what happened is Mom has like 3 barrels, I guess,
Yeah.
of twigs and branches that have come down over the years. So she wants to burn all that this summer. So I think she started the campfire around 3.
Yeah. Because I FaceTimed you guys when I was on break at work. And
Right.
you guys were already around the campfire.
Around 5.
Miss Mary Jane said, Kat said they had been out since 3. I joined them at 7 with Happy. Yeah, and by the time I got home at 9, it was over.
I can't remember
missed
why
it.
we moved in. I
don't
know.
know.
I know. Kat was like, "Can we
No,
go in?"
I think
feeling...
I think it was like misting on my way home from work. So
Might have been.
because I think there was a chance of rain that night, so maybe
Might have
that's
been.
why. But Sarah also said half the time I don't know where my phone is. See, that's
That's true.
But the
That
other,
is true.
But
I
the
lived with
other
her.
half of the time you're glued to it. So I think you're trying to defend yourself here. But
Is
it's
she
not
off
working.
today to spend time with hubby?
I would think so.
That is cool because
If not, she's texting, she's chatting while driving,
Yeah.
which you shouldn't be doing that.
again, welcome home to everybody on board the USS Eisenhower. They returned to Norfolk after 7-8 month deployment.
I don't know how long it was because when
So,
did they leave?
they
I think
left-
they left in January, right?
They had quarantines and all this,
Yeah.
so they left after Christmas. It was right around January 1st.
Yep.
Yeah, and so yes, we never wrote that Liam's dad was away because they say they tell the sailors, don't make it public that you're away. Don't make it public that your wife is alone, because you might put them at jeopardy. So we never wrote that raising Grampy's, that Stephen was away, but it was probably obvious, but we never said it. No. So welcome home to Stephen, to Marla, Doug's wife, and also to Skip, who is Gail's son, and Gail is in Virginia Beach.
Yes.
She surprised him. So,
Yep. And Sarah said she is home. She's not driving, which is good.
All right.
Tell Stevie P. Tell PP Rizzy we said what's good.
PP Rizzy.
And welcome home.
He's got names for everybody.
Yeah. And she also said day after Christmas is when they went into quarantine. That's right.
That's right. That was when they went into... They had to go into quarantine. So get this. Her husband, Stephen, ended up getting a room on like the, 11th floor
Yeah.
of a hotel right on the Virginia Beach boardwalk.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't afford this on a regular day, but the Navy...
Well, it was in December.
It was in December during a pandemic,
Yeah.
so the Navy got a break on it.
I remember
probably.
Sarah was so excited. She was like, let's walk on the... Because
Boardwalk.
there's a boardwalk that's like right there. You can see the window. So we were like, let's walk on the boardwalk and we'll wave. And we walked out there, and the second we got out there, we were like, this was a mistake. It was freezing.
Yeah.
The wind was blowing. I couldn't feel my hands. And we were just like, hey.
How are ya?
All right,
How are
that was
ya?
worth it. All right,
Okay.
let's leave. But yeah, no, they're back now. So, yeah, that's it.
We hope that's it on the chats?
Yeah.
All right. Welcome to Monday, July 19th. Today is National Daiquiri Day. I've never had a daiquiri. A daiquiri is a family of cocktails whose main ingredients are rum, citrus juice, typically lime, and sugar. If we have any daiquiri lovers, let me know if I described the recipe right.
Never had one.
I've never had one, no. It's also National Get Out of the Doghouse Day. As a husband of 39 years, I think I've been in the doghouse a time or two. So today's National Get Out of the... Is it like a wild card you can have? I guess. On the date book on this day in 1913, Billboard publishes the earliest known list. It was called Last Week's 10 Bestsellers Among Popular Songs. So 1913, excuse me, it was the first top list of hits. And Melinda's Wedding Day by Byron Harlan and Arthur Collins is number 1. Melinda's Wedding Day.
Interesting.
On this day in 1941, Tom and Jerry first appear under their own names in cartoon. It was called The Midnight Snack by Hanna-Barbera. On this day in 2007, the TV drama Mad Men debuted, starring John Hamm on cable network AMC. I have never seen an episode. of Mad Men.
No, me neither.
I should probably check that out. On this day, 2011, Captain America, the First Avenger, starring Chris Evans, premiered in Los Angeles. And it was on this day in 2017 that Despacito became the most streamed song ever. It was played 4.5 billion times.
That's crazy.
4.5 billion. Coming up today, 7 out of 10 Americans will do absolutely anything to go on a 2-week vacation. Would you? What is one unwritten rule that you believe everyone should know and follow? We can have some fun with this. And what was the weirdest black market in your school? Do you have any black markets in your... This is like somebody who's selling something?
I don't think so.
No?
Not that I can think of.
All right, well...
I'll think. I got some time before.
Think on that for a moment.
Sarah did say Mad Men is so good. Binged it twice.
Binged it twice?
Yeah.
Wow.
She also texted me on. See, it's great having 2 cameras. You guys couldn't see me texting on the job, but she was telling me that the background music was still playing, and 2 things. One, it's because my screen is so small I can barely see things. So I've normally I can see, but also we don't hear it in our headphones.
No, we don't.
Just the way the delay works. If I made it so that we could hear it, there'd be a delay with our voices, and that would drive us insane.
So thank you, Sarah.
So thank you, Sarah. Yeah. But also, does it sound bad? I mean, it's a vibe. The song is a banger. So I mean,
he wrote it.
Maybe we're all just vibing out here.
He played it.
Maybe we should have the song play throughout the entire show.
Could be. You
just
never know.
A thought. Yeah.
In the news on this Monday morning, the Washington Nationals game was called to an abrupt halt on Saturday night after a shooting outside the stadium. Police said the shooting was an isolated incident and believed to be a shootout between 2 vehicles. Earlier, the team had confirmed there was a shooting outside the third base gate at Nationals Park. After initially telling fans to stay in their seats due to an incident outside, they were then told to exit the stadium right through the center field or right field gates. The game was in the bottom of the 6th inning when fans heard loud pops outside the park. The game was halted as fans were seen heading for the concourse, and some even exited the stands onto the field and into the dugouts. Las Vegas is now recommending masks indoors for vaccinated and unvaccinated people. Health officials announced they want individuals to mask up regardless of vaccination status due to the rise of coronavirus cases in the area due to the Delta variant. The move comes after Los Angeles County announced on Thursday that masks will be required in most indoor settings regardless of vaccination status. That mandate went into effect over the weekend. The Bristol County Sheriff's Office here in Massachusetts now has canines trained to sniff out COVID-19. The dogs can sniff out the disease in a similar way that the dogs detect drugs or weapons. The Bristol County Sheriff said they are the first law enforcement unit in the country to use COVID-detecting dogs. Now, how do they plan to use this? The dogs can detect the COVID odor on a counter or table if it was recently touched by a COVID-positive individual, or even detect the odor on a tissue used by someone with COVID. The dogs are available for use at schools, town buildings, nonprofits, nursing homes, public safety facilities, and medical facilities in Bristol County.
Yeah, I don't really get how that works, but, I mean...
Don't they say that...
if it works, it works.
Don't they say, is it dogs or cats can sniff out cancer?
I don't know.
I've heard that with some people.
Probably dogs?
Yeah. The Yankees beat the Red Sox last night, something that hasn't been said much this year. Sports game results next, but first this story. Fans may finally think twice before throwing baseballs back onto the field now. The New York Yankees have banned the fan who threw a baseball that hit Red Sox left fielder Alex Verdugo they banned him from the stadium for life. And Major League Baseball is also banning this fan from its other 29 ballparks. He ain't never going to see a game. While the Yankees appreciate, this is a statement from the Yankees. While the Yankees appreciate the spirit and passion of our fans in our various rivalries, especially with the Red Sox, reckless, disorderly conducts and dangerous behavior that puts the safety of players, field staff, and other fellow fans in jeopardy will not be tolerated. This happened in the 6th inning Saturday night when Verdugo, he took the ball he was warming up with, and he tossed it into the stands to a young Red Sox fan. A Yankee fan intercepted it and threw it back onto the field, hitting the player in the back.
All right, that's messed up.
So then he turned around and had words with the guy.
Also, Verdugo has been trying to make friends with the Yankees fans all season. I don't know if you've seen that. They mic'd him up one game, and he chats with them in between innings.
So I mean, I don't know why this guy would throw it at him.
Yeah,
but
my thing is, can you regulate banning someone from a MLB stadium? Because I get that he probably can never buy tickets. His name probably has a red flag, but like, can somebody else buy him a ticket and take him?
What are they going to have? They're going to have his picture at every gate?
Yeah, right.
Saying, don't let this guy in.
Because they don't ID you when you go to a baseball game.
No.
So I don't know.
That is a good question.
Yeah.
How would they make that stick? All right, sports on this Monday morning. Playing without Aaron Judge and 5 of his teammates who also tested positive for COVID recently. The Yankees took their second straight from the Red Sox after dropping the first 7 meetings this year. New York won 2 of 3 in a series that was originally set for 4 games before Thursday's scheduled opener was postponed for testing and contact tracing. Boston left town with a half-game lead in the American League East over Tampa Bay and 7 in front of the 4th-place Yankees. They'll be at Toronto tonight, though isn't Toronto playing? I think they're in Buffalo.
Yeah, they're actually they announced the other day that they can go back to Toronto. I don't know what the date is, but there's a certain date that they can go back.
Opening the border?
Yep.
U.S. tennis player Coco Gauff has tested positive for the coronavirus, forcing her to pull out of the Tokyo Olympics. This is going to be a mess. Gauff tweeted on Sunday, "It has always been a dream of mine to represent the USA at the Olympics, and I hope there will be many more chances for me to make this come true in the future. The Olympics start Friday, and I just don't know if they should have had them. I know these were postponed from last year, and these athletes they want to get their chance before they get too old, but I just see this as a super spreader."
But there's issues like, players that this was going to be their last Olympics.
Yeah.
That's one, like you said. But also, like, the money that goes into the Olympics, they're already losing a bunch of it. So I don't know if they can afford to lose more. But also, the Winter Olympics are next year. So banning it more, like, that would I feel like that would really mess things up.
Go back to every year.
I don't know.
And one more note, tomorrow's game between the Baltimore Orioles and the Tampa Bay Rays in St. Petersburg, St. Petersburg,
there you go,
will feature an all-woman team calling the game. Melanie Newman has served as the play-by-play announcer for the Orioles since last year and will do the play-by-play while a crew of Major League Baseball reporters will handle the rest. Sarah Langs will do in-booth analysis. Hadi Wati and Lauren Gardner will take over the pre- and post-game shows, and Alana Rizzo will report on the field. Newman says she recognizes the importance of the moment, but we also want to make sure that while we are getting all of these firsts in there, that we also are not the last.
There you go.
Very good point.
Yeah.
All right, The Simpsons did it again as they have predicted the future. We'll get to that story next, but billionaire Elon Musk hopes to create a human settlement on Mars that could house 1 million people in the next 30 years. But only a quarter of Americans seem intrigued by the idea of living on the red planet. Data from YouGov indicates that even with a safe trip guaranteed, most Americans are not interested in going to Mars for the remainder of their days. 25% indicate that they would be. I don't know, would you?
For the rest of my days, I don't know. If I could go and come back, for sure. I'm not too excited about the trip there, though. It's very long. It takes like 6 months.
You think it's a long car ride to Virginia?
Yeah, right. So I mean, you're stuck with a bunch of people in a relatively small. I mean, it's big
for 6 months,
rocket ship wise, but it's still not a huge space. You're stuck in that for 6 months.
4 out of 5 Americans who are 55 years and older want to stay on Earth, as do most 35 to 54-year-olds. Musk may have a bit more luck recruiting younger Americans for his Mars mission. 45% of 18 to 34-year-olds would want to live on Mars in a colony. 41% would not. And Americans are split on whether the first humans will even land on Mars in their lifetime. 45% say it's fairly likely. 42% don't think it's going to happen in their lifetime.
I think it will. In my lifetime.
In
for
your
sure.
life. All right.
Yeah.
Your lifetime's a little bit longer than mine
Yeah.
here. I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen in my lifetime. I don't think I'll see people landing on Mars.
I think you'll for sure see spaceships landing on Mars. I don't know if they'll have people.
Okay. Unmanned rockets.
It's all going to depend. I mean, if we send a spaceship there and it lands flawlessly, then you got a real shot at people landing there. But if it goes there and it blows up, that's going to be a tough thing to sell.
Right.
To get people to go. So you really got to make sure it's flawless.
That's why I'm so not sure whether or not aliens have been visiting Earth, because when we try to go somewhere, it takes forever to get there, right? You said 6 months to get to Mars.
Mm-hmm.
So how do aliens come from other
Well, the
systems?
assumption is that their technology is more advanced than ours.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. It would be interesting to find that out someday, maybe.
I mean, that's like who was it? There was some physicist that found out like this past year that there's a way that like hyperspeed or like stuff from like Star Wars, Star Trek,
warp speed. Yeah.
Like that stuff is theoretically possible, but you need to do things that we're just not capable of.
Huh.
But like it's theoretically possible.
Right.
So I mean, if they have higher technology, then maybe it's possible for them.
Entertainment stories today. Ashton Kutcher revealed that he bought a ticket for the next Virgin Galactic flight into space, but his wife made him return it. His wife, Mila Kunis. That 70s show actor said, "When I got married and had kids, my wife basically encouraged that it was not a smart family decision to be heading into space when we have young children." He continued, "So I ended up selling my ticket back to Virgin Galactic, and I was supposed to be on the next flight, but I will not be on the next flight." Kutcher added, "But at some point, I'm going to space."
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it was just a case of it was so new. Like, I had never really seen much on the Virgin Galactic plane spaceship thing.
Until last week or whatever.
So maybe it was just a fact of, like, it's too new. She didn't want to take the risk. I feel like that's justified.
Speaking of Virgin Atlantic, The Simpsons correctly predicted Richard Branson's Virgin Galactic flight into space. An episode from 2014 called The War of Art showed Branson flying in space in a rocket. The businessman successfully traveled to the edge of space on board a Virgin Galactic flight just last week. The Simpsons has correctly predicted the future several times, including predicting Donald Trump's presidency. Isn't that wild?
See, it's either, I don't know, we were talking about aliens. Either they're aliens, the creators of The Simpsons, and they just, I don't know, can time travel. Or are they just that good at predicting the behavior of people that they're like,
Yeah, maybe that's
like
it.
Donald Trump, I don't know,
I could
his
see him
ego,
running for
he's
president.
definitely running for president. Or
Yeah.
like, I don't know, Richard Branson, they're like millionaires, billionaires, they're definitely going to try and do something crazy, go to space. I don't know. Like, are they just that good at predicting people's future moves?
They're definitely thinking
Or
outside
also,
the box,
do they
right?
just like predict so many different things that like they gotta
get a few
they
right.
gotta hit at some
Yeah.
point? Yeah,
Yeah, that could
I don't
be.
know. It's great. It's ridiculous the amount of things that they've predicted.
And finally, Antonio Banderas is joining the cast of Indiana Jones 5. He joins the cast, which includes Harrison Ford returning as Indiana Jones and Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Boyd Holbrook. Production is currently underway, with the film set to be released July of 2022. All right. Redditor, this is someone on Reddit, a Redditor asked, what is one unwritten rule that you believe everyone should follow, everyone should know and follow? So,
See, I thought this was going to be like a treat others the way you want it to be treated thing, but this is like very specific things.
yeah, they are.
So it's
Yeah.
it's pretty funny.
Give up your seat to a pregnant lady on the bus or train, or to anyone else who really needs it. That should be a rule that everybody knows and everybody follows.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know this was an issue. If I show you a picture on my phone, don't go swiping sideways. So does that mean people are looking at more of your pictures?
Yeah.
Is that really something that happens?
That do people swipe?
Yeah.
Yeah, people are nosy.
That'd be weird.
Also, it doesn't help that at the bottom of the screen you can see the little. They have the little tab on the bottom that shows like a little
Your different
thumbnail
pictures.
of the picture,
Right.
and so you can scroll that way. Some people like accidentally swipe that, and it goes back to like 2017. You're like, wow, thanks. I didn't need to see that. I don't know.
Just because you can't get punched in the face over the internet, it's still not okay to write something that deserves a punch in the face.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that love their keyboard, man.
Oh yeah,
They
hide behind that keyboard.
They love beefing. I can think of like 5 people off the top of my head.
Unwritten rules that you believe everyone should know and should follow. Just because you know someone who does something for a living, that doesn't automatically mean that you get a discount if you ask for their services.
That's a good shout.
Yeah, I've got friends that are musicians, and I know one person that's his profession. He is a musician. And people will often ask, hey, can you play Saturday night just for like an hour?
Yeah.
Are you going to pay me? That's their livelihood. You can't.
Also, I've seen things where like people starting businesses or something, like people want free stuff.
Yeah.
Like oh, you started this business. Can I get some free stuff? And it's like, yeah, but they started a business, so they kind of need the money. That's the whole point of the business. So
Right.
like if you're really friends with them, buy the product
Yes.
and help them and pay full price. Don't ask for a discount.
Yes, maybe.
If they become a millionaire, then you can ask.
This is one you can relate to. The last of any food or drink is reserved for whoever bought that food or drink.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
And also,
Kat does that too. If she comes over and has a leftover, dish from some restaurant,
Yeah.
she'll write her name right on it. So it's like, that's mine.
I will say Kat's nice, though, where when she used to live here, there would have been a lot of times when she had a leftover, and I was like, Kat, are you going to eat this? Or, like, can I have it?
Mm-hmm.
And she probably would have eaten it, but she gave it to me anyways. So, yeah,
that's nice.
she's a nice person.
Yeah.
I've stolen many of her leftovers.
But yeah, if it's like if the last bottle of Coke in there is yours, then nobody else should drink it.
Yeah.
Right? And that should be a rule.
It's common knowledge.
Yeah. Let's see. If someone is giving you a ride, be ready at the door before they get there.
That's a good one.
I mean, how many times have you showed up and you have to get out your phone and say, I'm here?
Do people knock anymore, too? Like, when you go over someone's house, do you knock when you go there, or do you text them and say, I'm here?
I did read a story that said the demand for doorbells has tanked.
Like, I would much rather say I'm here and have you waiting at the door for me. I don't know why.
Than to get out of the car and knock on the door.
Because then someone else might answer. Might be awkward.
I can't.
This way here, they answer. They lead you in. Like, hey, Matt's here. Hey, everybody. And then that's it. That's a
I
wrap.
can't remember the last time that I, if I'm picking somebody up, I text them usually. That I'm here.
I don't know. You got to send the on the way text, and then if the driver says on the way, then you should be ready when they get there.
Yeah.
If they don't and they just show up, that's kind of on them, in my opinion.
If you if you borrow something, give it back in the same condition.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious.
Or if you borrow somebody's car, bring it back with the same amount of gas.
Yeah, me and Kat switched cars because she took mine to Virginia, and she brought my car back, and she was like, "There's about a quarter of a tank left." I was like, "Good, there's about a quarter of a tank left in yours." And she was like, "So, do we need to fill them up for each other, or
Just
can
do
we
an even
just
swap?
Yeah, so we just swap back.
There you go.
Yeah,
Always space out by at least one urinal in the restroom. That's guy code.
yeah. No,
right?
that's 100% obvious.
Yeah.
I can't stand the restrooms though. That like the restrooms that have 4 urinals bother me because then you only got two that you can work with, and I don't know. I feel like that's just a tough situation. Or the ones with 2, you really only got one working urinal there. So
You never will go next to someone?
if there's a divider, I like the restrooms that have the dividers.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Because then I don't care if you're next
Yeah.
to somebody. Whatever, you're in your own little space there.
Talking to someone on speaker in public, but putting the phone to your mouth anyway. Like, Just take it off speaker.
Yeah, you could have just stopped with the speaker thing. I can't stand people that walk around. Or the people that walk around FaceTiming.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that happens a lot at the mall. Like, people will just be FaceTiming, and I don't know. Like, I'm working. I don't want to be in your FaceTime in the background.
But, yeah, I mean, number one, if you're talking to someone, I don't think you should be on speaker when there are other people around because you're bothering people
Yeah, no.
with your conversation. But
and if you need to talk to the workers or anything, hang up your phone. Like, just stop talking to the person on the phone.
But I guess what they're talking about is people that talk like this. Why don't you just take it off speaker to begin with? You know?
I don't know. They're just annoying.
Was it you that someone told me recently about a customer who would not get off the phone? You know,
I'm the only one that works in retail. Who are you? Who else are you talking to?
So then it must have been you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone who was talking, you were trying to tell them how much it was, well, they were talking, what?
Yeah.
Go back to the phone.
wait, that was a lie. Sarah works with customers.
That's true.
She doesn't work in retail, but she
It
works
was
with
Sarah.
customers. Okay.
It was Sarah
I'm sorry,
that had
Sarah.
that.
I forgot.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, she did say when you don't hang up your phone when you get to the counter. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate those people. I like the people. There's some that are really nice, and they'll get up to the counter and immediately tell the person. They'll, like, hang up on the person. They're like, hey, screw you. I got to go. And they'll hang up. They're like, I'm at the register. And I was like, thank you for making me feel like I matter.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't irritate or provoke people who handle or serve your food. That should be a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Someone's bringing you food, don't give them a hard time because
They could do whatever they want.
they'll spit in your food.
Yeah.
And the last one to go to bed has to turn the light off. That's what your mother and I haven't had an issue with that all the years. I don't think so. The last one to go to bed has to turn the light off. You know something? So that's it on our list. I don't know if you have more that you want to add to it. Feel free to comment in the chats, or if you're watching this later in the day, then you can comment on the YouTube page. I just reminded myself of something that came up this weekend when I was going Unplugged.
Mm-hmm.
I did keep a journal, but it was in a notebook. You know, it was actually and I would write. And I remember I was actually writing my Sunday blog throughout the weekend. So my Sunday column. So I remember commenting to your mom and Kat. Kat slept over it this weekend because her fiance went up to NASCAR. See them races.
Yes.
Where's
Left turns.
Where do they go? Yeah, left turns. They go someplace in Loudon, New Hampshire. So as I'm keeping this log, I said, boy, my handwriting has gotten really rough since the stroke. And I think it was Kat who said, it wasn't that great before the stroke.
It was pretty bad.
This is the first I've heard this.
Now, you have really weird handwriting.
I thought I had decent penmanship. No?
Don't you write in cursive? You used to write in cursive all the time, didn't you?
I
know you write like your print looks like cursive. It's
right.
weird. Like
I have a combination. I have a combination of cursive and printing that I use.
Nah, it's pretty messy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was this years old when I found that out.
Yeah, it's always been pretty messy. Trish's, I don't know. Trish's is neat, but I feel like she adds letters in there. It's like really small. Hers isn't that great either.
Adds letters?
Yeah. The best penmanship is Sarah. Sarah writes like a typewriter, like a computer.
Oh, wow.
Her letters are like,
yeah,
it's true. What do you mean, oh, wow? You should know. She's your daughter.
No, you're right. It is true.
Apparently, Dad just learned how Sarah writes just now.
I would say Doug has the worst penmanship.
No. I have the worst.
You have the
for
worst.
Sure. For sure. Doug's is okay, actually, I think.
Is it?
From what I remember. Yeah, Doug's is okay. Sarah's is the best. Kat's is really good, too, though. Sarah's is just funny looking because it's like literally like a computer. But Kat's is like the neatest handwriting. Sarah's doesn't look like handwriting.
I don't think they teach penmanship anymore, do they?
I don't know. I'm not in second grade.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know there was a campaign to bring penmanship or bring cursive writing back.
I do think cursive is a little unnecessary. I mean, you only need it to sign your name. When's the last time you wrote cursive that wasn't a signature?
Right. And again, like I said, my P is a printed P. I don't do the penmanship P.
Yeah, but it's like a weird, like very large, like swoopy, like thing. I don't know. Not a fan of your penmanship.
Oh, okay.
But I'm allowed to say that because mine's really bad too. So
you are.
Yeah, and I just own it.
So that's why I type a lot of stuff.
You know what they say about people with messy handwriting?
What's that?
Is that their brain works too fast to like take the time to write neatly.
Oh, I'll go with that.
No idea if that's true, but I read that somewhere, went straight to my head, and now I think I'm better than you. Is
I'll
what
go
I'm
with
saying.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Any comments to
Yes,
check up
Sarah
on?
did say, or when you get to the counter and you don't have everything ready to go, knowing what you want, have your payment out, etc. Yeah, no, 100%. I said this once before. I could be in and out of a store in like 30 seconds. Like the transaction at the register, 30 seconds, I'm out.
Yeah. Yep.
There's no need. Like there was
Because
one
you're
lady
prepared,
yesterday
right?
that she bought a bunch of stuff, and then I knew this was going to happen because her boyfriend or whatever, like he was like, oh, let me go look at something. And I had a line of people, and he went to go look at something. And I finished her transaction. These people are waiting, and she was like, oh, can we just buy this too? And I'm like, no, go to the back of the, like,
Yeah.
obviously I didn't say that. I was like, yeah, that's fine. And I tried to hurry it up so that the people behind her.
Right.
But, like, if you're going to buy something else, go to the back of the line. You had your chance the first time, but we have to do another transaction, meaning go to the back of the line and let these people go that have been waiting. That's just, know what you want, like, get all your stuff and then come up to me. I'm not supposed to be, or the people that wait in line while, like, to ring out, but they get to the front and they're like, hey, can you grab something for me?
Yeah.
And I'm like, why didn't you ask either somebody else that's not ringing people out,
Right.
or come up to the side and be like, hey, can you help me out? And say, yeah, that's fine. But like to wait in line and slow everybody up just to be like, hey, because now I have to leave the line, go get your thing, cash you out, and it slows everybody else down. Come on, people.
Let's be prepared. And I know in Sarah's case, she works at a bank. So, if you're in line and you get up to the window, have your stuff together.
Yeah.
Or
it's not their job to figure out what you want to do.
Yeah. And if you're in line for fast food, what was the comedian's name? John Panetta, I think, who has since passed away, I believe. But John Panetta had a funny bit. Look it up on YouTube, but not yet, at the end of the show. He had a funny bit where he goes, and what's up with people at McDonald's? You get up to the front of the line and you go, I'll have... He says, it's McDonald's.
It's been the same.
It's been the same since you were 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's funny because I had like a what was it called? It was a class in college. I don't know. It taught you to like think like a CEO or something.
Okay.
It was taught by like a dude that was clearly never a CEO. Anyways,
But
so
he wanted to
yeah,
be.
so we had this class. You had to like analyze. You had to read cases of like different companies. They had these problems. How did they solve it? How would you solve it? Kind of thing.
Okay.
And one of them was McDonald's, and it was like talking about these revolutionary changes to the menu that they've made over the years. And I'm like, literally, no. Like, it's been the Big Mac and the Quarter Pounder for ever. And they're, like, randomly, they'll throw in the snack wrap and take out the snack wrap. And that's it. Like, they don't change anything.
No.
They like, oh, we now have a double Quarter Pounder. Oh. Whoa, revolution. Whoa. That's like Subway and their changes. They're like, the biggest changes we've ever made. We now have roast beef.
Wow. You never had roast beef before?
Yeah, like I don't know what this is. Anyways, Sarah says to your brain moving fast if you write messy. Sarah said, then apparently I'm an idiot. LOL. Well, you do write. I'm not going to say that, but you do write very slow. It takes her a while to write things down. Yeah. Val says we were graded on penmanship back in ancient times.
Yep.
I don't know if I was graded on. I was probably graded on it. I don't remember. But I did learn cursive and all that useless crap.
I think that's around 3rd grade. You think second or third grade?
Well, I mean, I made it out of 2nd and 3rd grades.
Yeah.
And my penmanship is terrible, so maybe I wasn't graded on penmanship. I don't know. It's not that bad. I say it's worse than it actually is, but I can read it. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters, I guess.
Yeah.
And as long as you know how to write your signature, you'll be all right. But I think even that's going on because people, I've been with people who say get the check in the restaurant and they go and they fill out their signature is it's like, how is that a signature?
Or I've seen people sign their name in print.
Oh yeah,
and that just looks stupid.
But
like, I don't. It just looks like out of place because, especially, my favorite thing is when most times, like important things, you have to print your name, sign your name, and date.
Right.
And so they just print their name, and date, and I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense.
And if we all have to sign the credit card receipt or whatever, if you have to sign it, to prove that it's yours, how can you tell that
Yeah.
means
I think
Peter
they do it.
Braley.
I think they do it because it makes them feel cool.
I guess.
Like if you can just do it, they're like, "Yep, I'm better than you."
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm sitting there. I think my signature is pretty cool. The only thing is, I don't think all the letters are there. I think I definitely skipped some letters in my signature.
I usually have trouble with the E before the Y.
Yes.
B-R-A-L-E-Y?
No, me too. Well, because it's the L, then the E, then the Y. So,
That's
like,
right.
to do it really quick. Because it's let me see if I can, the L, the E, and then to go from the E to loop back down for the Y is what always messes me up.
Yeah.
So I go from the L to the Y, I think.
Right after I had my stroke, I had physical therapy and occupational therapy. And I remember the occupational therapy guy. Well, for all of them, I think. I had to sign at the end of our session, to I guess, prove to the insurance company that I did have
Oh, I didn't know if it was
PT.
on purpose to get you to sign.
Well, that was also I told him, I said, I can't sign my name yet. It doesn't look like my name. He said, doesn't matter, just sign it. So for a while, he used to call me Peter Breaky because for a while it just looked like
Mm-hmm.
Breaky?
I think Sarah just signed. Sarah, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you just signed an S and a B. Sarah goes full lazy mode when it comes to signature. But she doesn't do just the swoop, so I'll give her that. She at least has something that's associated to her name.
All right.
Well, actually, she can't do a B anymore. She can do a P.
There you go. SP.
Sarah P.
All right, so I asked you about what was the weirdest black market in your school? I can't remember because it's too far back. I can't remember elementary or middle school to know if anybody had a little black market thing going. But here's what some people said. One of my friends sold Starburst from his locker, 10 cents for 2. If he liked you, you got 2 from the normal bag. If he didn't like you, you got 2 from the bag that only had yellows.
Ooh, that's rough.
A girl set up a little business out of a box of stationery, writing forged letters from parents. She had all different paper, pens, and pencils of every kind, and could write in convincingly accurate tones for the content of the notes, depending on which kid they were for. She used different styles of handwriting and different styles of punctuation and different language, too. She'd even fudged the spelling if she thought the kids' parents weren't great at it. She grew up to be incredibly educated. I look back and see that as her first moment of evil genius. It definitely suggested that she would go on to brilliance one day, and she did.
Damn.
So if you needed a note from the doctor or whatever, she could do that. Not proud, but in high school, I did doctor notes excusing kids for medical reasons. I had access to Adobe Photoshop and honestly surprised I was never caught. I'm a dumbass, though, and just did it for practice. Never really charged people money, just small stuff like gum, chips, or $1 here and there. I made a maximum of $200 one semester.
I mean, if you're gonna break the rules, I mean, theoretically break the law.
Yeah.
You might as well get paid for it, right? Like, what are you doing?
I had a friend that used to bring a bunch of Coke cans from home and then sell them for $1 at lunch. Cheaper than the vending machine prices. And so it became a little business. He eventually saved up enough for a longboard.
That's a businessman right there. Just price gouging the vending machine.
And a teacher at my high school that I refused to rat on would take money from students and buy them lottery tickets or scratch-offs in exchange for a cut of any prize worth $50 and up. I think the dude legit made a few $1,000s off of this just during my senior year, and it made the students love him.
What? I feel like that's not okay.
I feel like the administration would have stopped that one, huh?
Yeah. Well, clearly the administration's sleeping. But
And I did have one more story. Do we have anything?
we did have Diane reminded me
Yeah.
of. She said there had been a black market in Pokemon cards and then in those rubber band bracelet things, but not for money. The silly bands. That's right. I do remember the silly band. No one really paid money, but you would trade them. And then there was one other one, Smensels. Do you remember those?
Smensels?
They were pencils that like had a scent to them.
no,
Looking
I
back,
don't.
really stupid idea, but everyone loved them.
Okay.
And so I think everyone was trying to cop some of those.
Okay.
But yeah, they were made out of like recycled newspapers. Kind of cool, but really pointless.
You know, we laughed at the silly bands, but didn't the guy that started that I mean, he's a multimillionaire now, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. You got to find one. I mean, the fidget spinner guy.
Yeah.
Imagine inventing that. Now they got the fidget poppers, whatever those are. It's like a sheet of bubble wrap.
Oh yeah,
made out of rubber.
One of Liz's kids.
Yeah.
One of my nieces had those.
Yeah.
And I said, "What is that? Like bubble wrap?" And she said, "Yeah, I guess so."
I guess it's pretty satisfying.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't get it.
Justin also said some kid used to make Capri Sun wallets. I remember duct tape wallets. I forgot who it was, but someone in middle school made duct tape wallets for people.
Okay.
I don't know how good they were, but I
What
never
would-
bought one.
Would that be like now with Justin's comments?
Yeah.
Would that be like taping Capri Suns
yeah.
together?
Maybe it was the same kid.
Yeah.
Maybe he just branched out.
Maybe.
But yeah,
We should find out where he is now, huh?
maybe he's still making them. Maybe we need to buy some Capri Sun wallets.
Oh, and that other story I had for you, 7 out of 10 Americans will do absolutely anything to go on a 2-week vacation. A new survey found 65% of people get so fed up after a long workday, all they want to do is sit at home and relax for an average of 4 hours. That would be cool.
I mean, I feel like that's pretty typical, no? You get home from work like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
You chill until 10.
Yeah, that's true. A third of Americans feel they're absolute happiest when they are on vacation. What would Americans do for a vacation? The number one answer, 45% said they would take a bath in ice-cold water in exchange for a vacation.
Okay, that's not that drastic. I was expecting some people to be like, I would kill a man. I would kill a man for a 2-week vacation. I would commit murder.
43% would work on every weekend for a year just to get 2 weeks off. I think that's a little long,
For 2 weeks?
Yeah, for a whole year just to get 2 weeks. But some people would give up celebrating holidays for a year in
No.
exchange for a vacation.
Maybe some holidays.
36% would give up their favorite food in exchange for a 2-week vacation.
Just one 2-week vacation or like a 2-week vacation every year? Because,
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're romanticizing a 2-week vacation right now.
30% of people said they would cancel Netflix or a streaming service forever in exchange for vacation.
I don't know about that.
27% would give up social media for a year. I could not do that.
Guy took not even 2 days off.
I know. And 17% said they would have their worst selfie published online in exchange. Well, yeah, I'd do that.
I mean, who
yeah,
cares?
That's right.
That's a pretty simple one. That and the ice bath. I mean, I would take an ice bath for $5. Like, I don't know.
No,
I don't think that's that crazy.
I know. So, I don't know. Do you have any more to catch up on?
Let's see. Gary said, guy used to sell Bubblicious out of his locker before getting caught. I'm just hearing that there's a bunch of entrepreneurs out there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing.
Some say
I
black
wish I
market.
did it.
You say entrepreneurs.
I
right?
wish I did it back in the day. Because that's, I mean, if you're in school and you got like candy or gum, you're a VIP. Like, you are. Like, I remember people that used to bring like giant bags of Sour Patch Kids.
Really?
I was one of them at some point. I never sold them though. But I was a big Sour Patch Kid.
Yeah, I remember.
I had
that.
like a group of friends. We all just obsessed over Sour Patch Kids in high school. And then Diane said, at Wood School, I was to blame for that because we started selling them as a fundraiser. That's right. That's the Smensels.
the Smens.
That's where it came from.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to look that up. I don't remember.
I don't know if they still make them. They probably do. I mean,
Yeah, probably.
They were cool.
Let's go to Amazon.
Definitely pointless. But
Amazon would have
They
it.
were cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it.
All right.
If I missed anything, I'm sorry. Oh, Sarah said S. Perez, not SP. She says always with a period after Perez, just to make a point. No,
Okay.
no pun intended.
It's random.
But she's the period after Perez. It's important.
Let's all work on like beefing up our signature this week. You know,
I think mine's okay.
add some flair to it. No.
I think mine's pretty good.
All right. We'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to like and check out any Facebook posts today. And if you are not subscribed yet to our channel, please click on that subscribe button on YouTube. It helps. And you can get notifications, right? That little bell.
Yeah.
You can be notified when we are on the air and such. Got the Sunday column posted on Monday at PeteBraley.com, so you can check that out today. It's all about the weekend of going Unplugged. I didn't mention the ice cream.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. I thought
Another thing I did this weekend, my wife gave me an ice cream maker, a Cuisinart ice cream maker for my birthday. So we checked it out this weekend, what we needed to get to make ice cream, and it really was not that difficult to make. And we made some chocolate ice cream, and I'll let him tell you.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
Tasted like ice cream.
Like ice cream. Yeah.
It didn't taste like... I was afraid it would be like watered down. Like it's going to be a little soupy, watered down. No, it tasted like chocolate ice cream. That was pretty cool.
It was. We needed to leave it in the freezer a little bit longer.
Right.
It was a little bit still... It had its shape, but it melted pretty quick.
Yeah.
So I feel like it needed a little bit more time in the freezer.
Lesson learned.
Yes.
So.
Yep.
Anyway, that'll do it for today. Again, welcome home to all the men and women on the USS Eisenhower. They came in yesterday, and they're probably all sleeping in this morning.
Probably.
After a night
in their own bed.
In their own bed, yes.
Yes.
We leave you with a thought for the day today, which is, sometimes when things are falling apart, they may actually be falling into place.
Wow.
Never know. All right. Go out and make it a great day.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.